Nissan also expanded its safety shield concept to alert the driver of potential risks from any direction. It also helps the vehicle maintain a safe distance from other cars in front. Nissan's Eco Pedal system makes the accelerator pedal press upward when it senses the driver is speeding up too quickly. Drivers get visual feedback on the rate of fuel consumption from the Eco Pedal lamp flashing in different colours. Eco Pedal is part of Nissan's ambitious plan to achieve zero-emission leadership. The company is also developing a system that uses GPS data to plot the path of a pedestrian that may be in danger. But the company's collision-avoiding prototype was just one of the new vehicles unveiled at Nissan's Opama plant. A new car, codenamed EV for electric vehicle, is based on the Nissan Cube, a super mini-sized vehicle currently only on sale in Japan. The conventional Cube has a 4-cylinder petrol engine, but the EV has an electric motor powered by lithium-ion batteries located under the floor. The main feature on the dash is the battery power level indicator. The company will soon start mass production of the van for the Japanese market, and it will be launched in the US next year. The key to the EV's performance is its uniquely structured lithium-ion battery pack. It provides more power as well as greater stability and more compact dimensions than any other unit. Nissan has been developing the lithium-ion battery for 10 years. Its laminated structure and unique material technology allow the designers greater flexibility. A new company, the Automotive Energy Supply Corporation, was established with the goal of dramatically enhancing future battery performance and reducing battery costs. The Nissan Green program is specifically focused on reducing CO2 emissions, both from Nissan products as well as from the company's day-to-day corporate activities. This 3.5-litre V6 incorporates an electric motor. In tandem with this battery pack, they provide the driving force for Nissan's Infinity-based hybrid. It's rear-wheel drive with a 7-speed transmission. At low speeds, the car is driven solely by its electric motor. Here, the engine revs are at 0. During acceleration, the engine and the electric motor work together. When the brakes are applied, power is fed back to the battery. The hybrid will offer a 40% fuel saving over its conventional equivalent. Finally, a Nissan development that others will soon copy. To assist with parking, the images from 4 small cameras positioned around the vehicle are combined on one screen to give a bird's-eye view of the car. The around view monitor even suggests the best line to follow when positioning the car. This device lets the driver park with total confidence. American car makers are desperately scrambling to catch up with their Japanese competitors. The Cadillac Converge is a plug-in hybrid based on the Voltec drivetrain, but it is still only at the concept stage. During the presidency of George Bush, the American car industry focused its energy on blocking proposed regulations to reduce vehicle emissions. This was a strategy that held back innovation, but finally, American car makers have started to respond. However, industry leaders like Rick Wagoner have had to call for government assistance, as the big US car companies are desperately trying just to stay in business. Best placed is Ford, that has not called for assistance. The company has just announced that it is working on 4 long-range electric vehicles. A battery-powered commercial van will hit the American market in 2010. The recent Detroit Auto Show did not attract the crowds of previous shows, and the prevailing mood was one of gloom. Ford launched its latest Taurus in an attempt to keep the faith with large car buyers, but general opinion is it's too gimmicky. Chrysler's 200C concept was not enough to stop analysts predicting that Chrysler will soon be acquired by another automaker or sold in pieces by its majority owner, a New York private equity firm. The Jeep Patriot's flexible range extended engine gives it a 65-kilometre all-electric range and a 650-kilometre total range, but nobody knows when or if it will become available. Another country and a very different vehicle launch. A team of British adventurers are setting off on an extraordinary journey from London to Timbuktu in the world's first road-legal biofueled flying car. The Parajet Skycar team plans to travel through France, Spain, Morocco, Western Sahara, Mauritania and Mali. The flying car will be supported by a ground crew of trucks, all-terrain vehicles and motorbikes. Britain has a large renewable resource in wind, and the British government is ramping up plans to harness more of it to generate electricity. At the moment, the country uses wind turbines to produce 3 gigawatts of electricity. That's enough to power 2 million homes. The plan is to increase that amount by a factor of 10 within the next 10 years. Currently, most of the country's power comes from coal-fired power stations and nuclear plants. But new wind farms are being constructed in Britain's windiest areas. The aim is to reduce the nation's carbon emissions, which means finding a replacement for the coal-burning generators, and that's where the new generation of renewable technologies comes in. But there's another reason behind Britain's rush towards wind power. Because no new coal-fired stations are being built, the existing units are starting to age, and many will have to close down soon. Experts are predicting a dramatic shortfall in electricity in the UK in as little as 3 years. Other renewable options such as wave power generation are being examined, but so far, coastal stretches of ocean are more appropriate for offshore wind turbines. Another option is for individual houses to generate their own power with domestic solar panels, solar water heaters, or small wind turbines. Households have been encouraged to become carbon neutral, but now they have the opportunity to become carbon negative by actually feeding surplus power back into the grid. The British government plans to build 4,000 new wind turbines to meet a European Union directive requiring a level of 15% renewable energy by 2012. These large units can have a blade length of 40 metres and are supported by a tower 90 metres in height. Domestic solar panels can be expensive to set up, but users who have them say their power bills are almost zero. Even in a cloudy country like the UK, where sunshine is intermittent, power from the sun is a viable option. Another approach to meeting the world's energy needs in an environmentally friendly way is to use less power. Inventor Dr. Yasuyuki Fujimura questions if generating more energy is the answer at all. Dr. Fujimura is the head of Atelier Non-Electric, a laboratory that invents products that do not use electricity. It occurred to him that if all developing nations began consuming energy as voraciously as developed nations like Japan, they too would suffer the same health and environmental problems. He has patented over 1,000 products and is dedicated to transforming electric devices to non-electric devices that can be mass-produced yet remain environmentally friendly. At the lab, Dr. Fujimura works alongside his son. Their inventions include a non-electric dehumidifier and a non-electric refrigerator. The dehumidifier uses a paper filter to absorb water and changes colour from blue to pink when it reaches full capacity. There are a variety of prototypes of solar cookers, and even a solar-powered water purifier. Most of the technology here makes use of the sun. The non-electric air conditioner circulates stored water and is equipped with a simple heat exchanger. It relies on natural convection. Atsushi Yoshioka, owner of Cafe Slow in Tokyo and a promoter of organic food and fair trade, is an avid user of the non-electric dehumidifier. He says that the machine is almost like a living creature that lets him know when it is fully saturated and needs to be taken into the sun to dry out. The unit never wears out, it uses no power, and it produces no carbon. The non-electric refrigerators, solar cookers and water sanitizers have already been introduced to developing countries.